Anyone have a creepy encounter with a colleague that still haunts you to this day? A few months ago, I got a call about my son who had been in the hospital after a bad car accident, so I immediately rushed over to the hospital. The crash had been bad, and my son was fighting for his life. However, when I stepped into the lobby, I spotted a person that I thought I recognized watching me discreetly. I quickly realized that it was my boss from the dealership I worked at. I tried to ignore him as I focused on getting to the elevator, but he followed. It was typical of him, always lurking around, always in everyone's business. He'd made a habit of scrutinizing every detail of our work lives, claiming it was because people had cheated him on overtime in the past. In the 6 years I worked with him, I never liked the way he would investigate and spy on employees. He said something as I passed him, something about how I was leaving early again, how I needed to be more accountable. I tried to walk away, but he followed me, standing in my way, looming over me. I could feel his presence, the way he always tried to make you feel small, and in that moment I snapped. His behavior had crossed the line so many times before, but I had been too passive, too focused on keeping my job. But not this time. I told him I was done, that I wasn't going to take his control anymore. I wasn't sure what happened in that moment, but something inside me went crazy. I yelled at him, creating a scene in the hospital lobby, then walked into the elevator and up to my son's room. 2 days later, after a lot of thought, I contacted the authorities. I couldn't stay silent anymore. I didn't know how deep his practices ran, but it was time for someone else to look into it. I wasn't going to let him get away with what he'd been doing, manipulating situations, spying on customers and employees' lives, and making the workplace unbearable.